everyone, welcome to Modern Quest channel. In this channel, I will share some my online game or some over the board games. And today we're gonna do is we do a speed run. It's a 10-minute rapid game speed run. This is a new account, although I've already played 4 games. So my goal is to climb to 2000. So that's one. We have to play one more game to gain our rating. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, uh, we got a black pieces. We face them 1e4. Let's reply with c5, Sicilian Defense. Okay, by normally develop pieces to f3. Let's play knight c6. So the main move here will be d4. Okay, play here. Bishop to e2. It's an okay development move, but it's a little bit passive. So let's try to develop our pieces. Maybe we start with B6, G6. We try to put a bishop on this long diagonal. I try to play the dragon setup. Here, okay, you want to neutralize our bishop, so I'll play bishop G7. So the best move here would be knight here. Okay. Hmm. If I play knight f6, we have to consider this move because we cannot draw our knight into d5 square. But if here we can play knight g4, we are taking the e5 square with 3 pieces, while only got 1 pieces per catalyst pawn. And he doesn't have this move because here, after he play d4, we can just take on d4. Okay, let's play knight f6. My next move maybe will be d6 and try to develop bishop to this diagonal. Okay, knight d5. So my in my first lane, this pawn is not protected. It's originally protected by c3 knight, but now it's moved. So this pawn will be hanging, and we can take this pawn, we open out this diagonal. And I don't think there's any threat of this knight. So let's take on e4. And we're threatening take on a1. So we bought our bishop. This is a very, very passive move. So maybe we can play here. The knight to go to here. But this move will block our bishop. So maybe we but we go here. After here, maybe we can play knight takes c3 because after he take, we can play bishop b6, bishop c3 with check, and we can win this rook. But after we go here, this takes bishop take, bishop d2, we take on a1, queen takes. Our darts will be very weak, although our exchange is a winning position. But it's a little bit hard to play, so maybe we'll just play d6. Try to just stabilize our position. I don't want to take a risk of losing this game. Okay, play here. We can castle the king out of the center. Maybe we'll develop bishop here. We take the center. Okay, here I will try to stop me from playing bishop g4. But we can play here. Here, Or we can default our bishop to this diagonal, or just play bishop f4, f5. It's a good move. Hmm. The knight is here is knowing, so maybe we start with move e5, control this square, and then we play bishop e6. Okay, my opponent cancel. So now we have the forward center, we win a pawn, so maybe you can try a aggressive move like f5. Because the white didn't take the center any so maybe okay, we start with the move bishop e6, try to phonetic our rooks. I guess he will play the move like c4, try to reinforce the center. But we can just take, and this pawn is very, very weak. We can play knight b4, try to attack. Okay, so now we can consider bishop take d5, because after take we can play knight b6, knight b4, attack this pawn. There's no good way for white to protecting the d5 pawn. Okay, let's do that. Oh, he got to move bishop here, but we can easily play a4 b5, try to harass. And if we play here, even though uh, we cannot eat the pawn back, but here this move is relatively safe, and the bishop is very pensive. If we go here after we play a6, it would if we play a3, but it doesn't play. Uh, okay, let's play here. Try to attack. Uh, can play here. Try to attract pieces, and this pawn cannot go anywhere. Or play here, take on here. So maybe we are already up one pawn, and there's the second pawn. So maybe I don't mind trading the pieces because it only benefits our position because we're up 2 pawns. I think the white's best try to protect this pawn and then kick our knight here. Okay, so now this pawn is not defended. We just kick. It's free pawn. But we have to worry about this counter attack from this diagonal. Hmm. So maybe the best move will be knight back to e6. Okay, play here. I don't want to trade because the bishop will be on this good diagonal. Okay, let's go back. Then I try to put my knight on f4, try to harass this knight. Harass this bishop because we don't have the light square bishop. So after whenever the position is open now, the light square bishop will be very, very strong. So this is another strange move because just give up any pawn, the other pawn, it doesn't do anything. Okay, we can take a second pawn, the third pawn, but it will be rook here. Try to counter attack b file. Or I noticed that uh, there's a discover tag. So if we play here, we can check on here. Hmm. But you can counter that with a pawn test d5. Hmm. So maybe we just play solid. We'll try to attack this knight, attack this bishop. If bishop tag, we just tap back. We got a good position. Okay, let's tap back. We're threatening to play e4, try to attack. Okay, here, let's move. Um, so if we play take, you tap back with a knight. So just damage our structure. If we take the bishop first and then take, we can win battle. We win another pawn, but the structure is really ugly. It's also a good move, but I think the push a pawn to e4 is the best move because we can play d5 later on to fix the structure and permanently attack this pawn. And next move will be queen b6, try to attack this pawn, and then bring our rook into the game. I guess he will play knight back to d2. Okay, try to counter that pawn. So let's play d5 to consolidate. And we are threatening to take on this pawn and attack the rook. So the best move here, okay, try to attack. So sorry. So the h3 pawn is hanging. After we take, check, go here, go back. It's a good move, or we can just take here on d4. It's stronger because we open our scope for bishop. Yeah, both moves are playable. I prefer to trade another pieces because we are up too many pawns. Trading only favors us. Okay, take. And then I maybe we just maybe this bishop just stay in this diagonal. In some way, we can threatening to play queen d6 to take on g3. So maybe it's now. Okay, we're threatening to take on g3 because this pawn is pinned. If necessary, we'll bring my bishop back to b6. Okay, here comes the tactics. Go here, I will take on h3. And I'll bring my bishop back to here. Try to checkmate. So let's check. Okay, if there's any move available from killing this game. If I go here, can play here. Daddy by the queen, so it's not checkmate. So I think we need to bring our rook into the game. So maybe go rook e8, rook e5, and then rook g5. Okay, let's play. And we discouraging white from playing f3 because we can just take an attacker queen. Oh, my bishop is hanging. I forget. Oh, I forget my bishop is hanging. Oh no. Why am I doing? Okay. Even though he can take a bishop, we're still in a winning position, I think, because the attack is too fast. It's way too fast. F4. Okay. Hmm. If take en passant, seems like our rook is aim, but we can make the white king on g2. So if we take en passant, he can take the queen, take the rook. If he take with the rook, I'll play check. After the king move, I take the queen. So if we play knight takes, I just take. Oh, I just 1 minute left. So I'll just take. I have to focus because I only have 1 minute left. So play here. Okay, let's check. If you block, I just take. If you block, I just take. It's just winning. Okay, just a ping. So the queens lose. I forgot to set out a pre-move. I'm worried about my time. Only 50 seconds left. Horrible. Can play here. Check. Okay, take. Let's play here. Check. Let's go here. My next move will be bring our rook into the games. Although white is okay. Let's check. Be careful of this pawn. Go here. Okay, we can play f5 to dodge this threat. Okay. You pawn there's a rook on another rook. Okay, we check. Another check. Okay, let's checkmate. Okay, we're gonna win. Let's analyze this game together. And okay. So my opponent, now I'm rating 832. Okay, my opponent is 782. So the game start with 1e4. We play with Sicilian Defense. So the main move here will be either bishop b5 is called rustling. Play c3 is called delay developing. Or play move d4 is open Sicilian. It's a very sharp position. My opponent plays bishop e2 is not much people plays move because the bishop is too passive here. So usually you want to bring your bishop out to either c4 or b5, or even put bishop on this diagonal. Okay, the close is in setup. Okay, I decide to develop my bishop to here, and white try to neutralize my bishop by playing bishop b2. Okay, but now it's not possible because the bishop behind, so we play knight c3. I develop a knight, so whenever you develop your knight, just have to watch, be careful of this move, because the knight is protected, we cannot take. And it counter attacks, it attack our knight, and our knight cannot go to d5 because it'll be captured. So my idea is to go here. and upon this diagonal and try to attack the e5 square with 3 pieces. And white don't have a good move to protect. Let's say you play h3, we just take. You play d4, I just take. So this pawn will be loose. So white cannot push the pawn to e5. Okay, so normally I think there's only two good moves for white. One is to develop bishop, another one is castle. Or play like the move like d3, try to consolidate the position. But the knight will be loose, so maybe bishop b2 is the best move. Okay, my opponent played a strange move, knight to d5, and try not to move your pieces twice in the opening, because you want to develop your pieces and try to dodge your king in the middle of the board, and this move just weakening this diagonal. So immediately, maybe here comes a tactic. The firstly, your knight originally protected the e4 square, and now no one protect this pawn, so there's a free pawn. And secondly, even though maybe I can take on this knight and take on rook, win exchange. Yeah. So, but I'm worried about the move like c3 to trapping my bishop. So you'll become a knight and a bishop for rook. So the dot square will be relatively weak, so I don't like it. I'll just take on this pawn and try to win this rook back. He played c3, so I can play d6 to consolidate the center and try to develop my bishop to this diagonal, and maybe support the e5 in some day. Okay, you play the bishop here. The bishop is super passive. It's just stare at a pawn. So I can castle now, and white he I think he can castle. This move is also good because it prevents white from developing the bishop to g4. It's good. So my idea now is try to trade the pieces because I'm out of pawn, or just control the center because white doesn't do anything to the center. So my idea maybe I can put e5 there castle. Maybe I can play f5 and try to play f4, attacking the king side because I have more space on the king side and I have a fully development. Okay, in the game, I play e5 castle. I decided to bring up my bishop because after I play here, now and only now I play f5. I can win the tempo by playing f4, by attacking this knight. So maybe it's even better. My opponent reply with c4. Maybe I should not take on here because this idea is much more powerful. Look at its pieces. This bishop just staring in this pawn chain, cannot move anywhere. And this bishop is inside the pawn chain, and I have much more space on the king side. I should have a devastating attack. So maybe this move is wrong. I thought I can win back this pawn, but after, let's say, bishop c4, I don't have the time to attack the bishop because you can play a3 first. Basically my nice trap. Only good move is to play here, but I can now take on b5 and take this knight and damage my structure. So so maybe I have to play this move. I will actually play a3. Just go back, try to attack this way, attack this way. Okay, but my opponent blunder by playing d3 just make this bishop become a big pawn, just behind all the, just surrounded by all the pieces and have no scope. It's a bad move, and I can play either here to try to attack the d5 pawn. The d5 pawn will be loose. I decide to play here. Maybe now white can play knight take, nice take, and play bishop f3 to attack this pawn, protect this pawn. And now I can play the move like f5 and bring my rook into the game, and then maybe play e4 or f4 and try to attack. Although I cannot win this pawn, but the structure is really damaged, and I have the very strong attack on king side, so I don't worry about that. My opponent didn't take the pieces. I just tap back and take the pawn and play bishop c1, try to attack. There's two attacker. I only have a queen try to protect this knight, so I have to either trade or run. If I trade the pieces, the bishop is suddenly very active. I don't like it, so I decided to play knight back and try to uh, fight on the f4 square. But this move doesn't work. The best move maybe will be want to deal with this bishop, maybe rook e1, bishop back here, put the bishop in this diagonal, or put the bishop in this diagonal, because d5 now doesn't work, so bishop cannot be empty on this diagonal. So only good way is to go here. But here doesn't do anything, and you can blunder. But if I take this pawn, maybe the rook will become active, so we can have some counter attack. So I don't take them on the b4. I'm trying to do uh, calm down my strategy, fight for f4 square. So if you take, I have to trade because I'm up pieces, and my dark square bishop will become monster. And after I take on this light square bishop, I have a bishop in the open position. Yeah. So go here. If I take, it will tap back. So this pawn will be isolated pawn. It's still a winning position because I up 2 pawns, but it's not that I want to win more. So if I take on e2 and then take, I can take additional pawn, but my structure is really damaged, and suddenly my piece is not that active. So I think the best way is to push this pawn. After the knight move, I can play here. We have a big black center, and then this pawn is weak. I have some attack on king side. Go here, I can take on h3, but after here, I just win back a pawn. I want to get my pieces out of the game, so I decided to take this bishop and take this pawn. So suddenly this bishop can attack the white king. Here, I play queen d7, queen d6, try to connect our rook and attacking on g3. He go here, so clearly didn't found this pin. It's very powerful. But for some reason, I forget to bring my bishop back to b6. I forget it's attacked. It's under attack, so it's a blunder. But I think it's still winning, even though it can tap back with the bishop. But the best move here, definitely just to bring the bishop back and try to attack other attacker. Okay, so I conduct a rook leaf, try to bring our rook into attack because the white king is relatively weak. So I didn't calculate this, but fortunately, this move doesn't work. The idea is to control this square, so I cannot play rook g5 mate. I original thought is to go here. Maybe I will some attack, but I can play here. Yeah, try to dodge any threats. So I got nothing. I have to bring my. I think I have to bring my queen back. It's still a good position. Not a losing position. It's playable, but it takes some time. But I calculate this line with en passant. So if white try to take on e5, queen g2 is mate. If he play another move like queen take, rook take, try to counter attack. If I take, I will lose. But I got this I don't have this intermediate move because my queen is yeah, g4 square is so maybe this position I got 2 pawns yeah, I got many pawns for knight, so maybe still winning, but it's not that easy. So maybe best try will be yeah, I don't know, maybe here try to prepare this pawn and pin the rooks. Maybe it's the best choice. I cannot take, and the game continue. I can bring another rook into the gaze. Maybe it's still winning, but not that easy. So it took. I can play this move check, go back. I can pin this queen to the king. So after my opponent play a move like rook f4, I have some move like, for example, queen check, attack. Go here, I can take. Go here, I can bring another rook into the game. After I trade, the attack is too fast. I don't think white can surviving this attack. So my opponent play here, he lose the queen, and few more later, I bring another rook into the game. I dodge the attack from this rate by playing f4, f5, and then my opponent blunder is the rook, and then it will become checkmate. Okay, it's not a good game by any scratch because I suddenly I forget to move my bishop out of the attack, but a win is a win. So I hope you enjoyed this video. So I will make see you on next video. Okay, bye.